Meng Siyu's autopsy of the slain corpse king, a white-haired monkey, confirms it was once human and retains an intact, intelligent brain. The zombie virus within it exhibits biological community habits, allowing the zombie king to infect corpses and command the horde through simple, low-bandwidth signals. With the brain destroyed, the king dies like any normal person. The team concludes that eliminating every zombie king in Tianhai would theoretically collapse the entire crisis, as leaderless hordes pose little threat to organized superhuman forces. However, the origin of the original zombie king remains a mystery. Meng Siyu speculates it may be a specialized caste created by a progenitor to manage subhordes. Dian Junwo, analyzing the zombies' illogical refusal to disperse beyond Tianhai despite starvation pressures and their precise targeting of the 5 major powers, including Zhang Yi's modest shelter, forms a dangerous conjecture: a hidden human hand is orchestrating the outbreak. He proposes a bold strategy: concentrate all of Tianhai's human population in one place to magnetically draw every horde and king, then annihilate them in a single stroke while exposing the puppet master. That night, the investigation team executes a decapitation strike on the Yangsheng base perimeter, killing a zombie king for the first time. The effect is immediate and visceral. The besieging horde instantly loses all coordination, shambling mindlessly into flamethrowers and barbed wire, their combat effectiveness evaporating. Xiao Honglian and Zhuge Qingting watched the rout from the front lines, their relief mingled with stunned reverence. A mere 7-person team from the Jiangnan region has shattered a weeks-long siege on its first operational day, and the balance of power in Tianhai has irrevocably shifted. Dawn breaks over a desolate St. John's Cathedral where the snow worship cult tallies another night of brutal losses. Cult members haul mangled corpses, human, zombie, and giant rat alike, to an abandoned building for the bloodvine to consume, while rat carcasses are butchered for immediate sustenance despite unknown pathogens. Non-combatants have been moved into underground parking garages with entrances barricaded, a hard-learned lesson after zombies scaled upper floors to slaughter those who sought refuge above. Amid the cleanup, priest Li Jian and his wife Zhang Jianfang frantically search for their 16-year-old son Li Kail, who had defied orders to find his girlfriend Su Beibei. They find him in the shadow of a ruined building, unconscious and deathly pale, his lower body drenched in dark blood. Standing over him is Yuan Kongya, the sect leader, expressionless, a sharp dagger in hand. Li Jian charges, screaming, but a casual backhand from Yuan Kongya hurls him meters away. "Too filthy," she murmurs, staring down at the boy. "You need to be purified." High Priest Zhang Yishan arrives, frowns at the scene, and without a word wraps his cloak around the trembling Yuan Kongya, pulling her close. "Original sin, unforgivable," he says. "I'm helping him." Yuan Kongya's madness recedes, she whispers, I know. You did nothing wrong," and allows herself to be led away. Li Jian and Zhang Jianfang rush to their son. He lives. Yuan Kongya sealed the wound with her ability, but the realization crashes over them. This is the cult's purification rite for young male initiates, a castration Li Jian had hoped his service would spare his son from. Grief and horror paralyze them until Zhang Jianfang spots Su Beibei huddled nearby, sobbing. Confronted, the girl stammers that they had just escaped death. Li Kail kissed her, and Yuan Kongya saw it. That was all. The cult leader's jealousy or possessiveness triggered the mutilation. Su Beibei weeps, unable to comprehend why the promised happiness vanished in a single, savage act. The chapter opens with Li Jian and Zhang Jianfang reeling from the castration of their 16-year-old son Li Kail at the hands of Yuan Kongya, the snow worship cult's sect leader. Though consumed by grief and rage, they are powerless to retaliate. Their survival depends on the cult's protection. Li Jian has long suspected something twisted in Yuan Kongya's initiation rites, which target underage boys while sparing adult men, but the logic eludes him. Meanwhile, High Priest Zhang Yishan escorts a shaken Yuan Kongya to her private quarters behind the cathedral. Yuan Kongya, oscillating between childlike vulnerability and cold authority, insists she did nothing wrong, framing the mutilation as a benevolent purification to eradicate impure love in the apocalypse. Zhang Yishan kneels before her, affirming her worldview: if all men were like him, submissive, neutered, the world would be clean. Yuan Kongya's composure returns. She dismisses Li Kail's suffering as the fault of the boy and his girlfriend, Su Beibei, for tempting her. The narrative reveals Su Beibei concealed the truth. After surviving a deadly battle, she and Li Kail had consummated their relationship, triggering Yuan Kongya's possessive jealousy. Li Kail awakens to the horror of his missing manhood and descends into madness, screaming, self-harming, and declaring life meaningless. Zhang Jianfang can only weep and promise they will live well as a family of 3. Su Beibei watches from the shadows, tears streaming, but dares not approach, knowing her presence would only deepen his torment. That afternoon, Zhang Yishan visits Li Jian under the guise of concern. He rationalizes the castration as necessary sect discipline, preventing romantic chaos, unplanned pregnancies, and internal strife among tens of thousands of followers. Li Jian, a pragmatic survivor, masks his hatred, nods in agreement, and accepts the compensation of extra nutritional supplements for his son. The encounter ends with Li Jian bowing his head, swallowing his dignity to keep his family alive. Zhang Yixian offered Li Jian a hollow condolence, framing Yuan Kongya's mutilation of Li Kale as a necessary measure for sex stability, yet the high priest's visit only deepened Li Jian's revulsion. A former corporate executive, Li Jian recognized the absurdity of a doctrine that ensured extinction through forced sterility, but with his family and Yuelu district companions trapped within the Baishui cult's walls, he swallowed his rage and returned home to the sound of his wife's weeping and his son's broken cries. The cult's harmonious facade concealed a festering resentment. Followers desperate for protection buried their heads like ostriches, enduring atrocities rather than face the zombie hordes alone. Meanwhile, the Jiangnan investigation team, emboldened by their subway victory, convened in their RV to architect a citywide solution. Dian Junwo, analyzing the zombie horde as an insectoid colony directed by intelligent but physically vulnerable zombie kings, proposed a decapitation strategy: use a massive human concentration as bait to draw the surface swarms, then strike the subterranean command nodes. He tapped the Baishui cult's territory on the tactical map Tianfeng District's St. John's Cathedral, citing its vast population, the district's former density ensuring the largest zombie reservoir, and its geological position as the probable nexus for all underground hordes. The order transmitted to the 5 factions was absolute: secure non-combatants in deep reinforced bunkers, then march every able fighter to the cathedral. Xiao Honglian, grateful for the lifted siege at Yangsheng base, replied without hesitation. Xing Tian and Wei Dinghai, sheltering their people in the steel mill and port sublevels, mobilized their forces alike. At the cathedral, however, the mood was funereal. Zhang Yixian's face cycled through panic and calculation. The Baishui cult was being positioned as the sacrificial lamb, and the arrival of Yangsheng and Chaoyu armies, bitter over the prior betrayal, posed a dagger at their backs. Yuan Kongya, after a long silence, acquiesced with a prayer to a silent god, clasping her hands as if devotion alone could shield her followers from the storm they had been ordered to stand in.